It's time for City Beat, your source for all the latest news on the city of Thompson. Only on 102.9 CHTM, your radio station.
Good morning and welcome to City Beat. My guest this morning is Mayor Dennis Fenske. Welcome.
Good morning.
Let's get off the bat, start talking about the snow again. It looks like we're going to be talking about it for a long time now because there's just so much of it. What is the latest on the snow removal? I know I've seen signs when I've been driving around that saying crews are still working.
Absolutely, and we will be working for the next 2 or 3 weeks. And so just to start off on the top and the most visible in the Mystery Lake Road area, I want to shout out to Department of Highways and Darcy Delia and his staff. The trucks and loader that you see removing snow from Mystery Lake is the Department of Highways that is doing that on our behalf. So that's well appreciated. Our crews are are removing snow as much as possible from the downtown area, as well as any blind spots, blind corners. Again, reminding residents that if there is a potential or specific blind spot that's causing issue, please let us know. You can call City Hall at 677-7920. Understand that we have a lot of streets to clear, a lot of snow to move around, and we're working as hard as we can. During spring break, the kids are away, so we've been concentrating on sidewalks in and around schools. So hopefully, when the kids are back on Monday, they'll have, or Tuesday, I guess, they'll have clean sidewalks to get to school. And so it is an ongoing. We're in that freeze thaw melt. So we're moving from snow to liberating catch basins, because now we've got melting snow turning into water on the roadway, and we've got frozen catch basins. So again, we're working on that as well. So again, in these times, we ask for patience, and specifically to all drivers to drive to the conditions of the road, because it is pothole season very early, and there are a lot of potholes out there.
We talked about Facebook before we went on air, and I saw a post from the City of Thompson Facebook account that you guys have been getting a lot of calls about fire hydrants that have been not cleared yet.
Yes, we have over 400 fire hydrants in our community, and so we do know where every one of them are. Our fire and protective services have maps on board. They pre-check before they go on a fire call, where the fire hydrants are. So if they get there, if it happens to be buried, they have shovels on board that if they can quickly dig it out. But our crews are on working right now, clearing as many hydrants as they can, and just asking the general public, if you have a hydrant in front of your house or a couple doors down, you have a shovel, it doesn't take long. Dig it out. It's for your best. It's for your own protection. So we certainly would appreciate homeowners digging out hydrants if they feel the need to. It would certainly help our crews. As I said, we've got over 400 to clear.
You mentioned this a few minutes ago, but it seems like the switch has been flipped now. It's spring starting now, and you said everything's thawing and freezing over and thawing again, and that just brings out a whole new set of driving problems, especially with the amount of snow that we have to melt.
Absolutely, and that's again, this is nothing new to Thompson. We get basically 2 seasons, summer and winter. We skip spring, and it just goes right into summer. So there was lots of water on the streets. So again, driving conditions. We still, in some areas, don't have the sidewalks clear, so people are walking on the side street or close to the curb. Be courteous. Please don't splash people or other vehicles. I saw a vehicle yesterday. I was on my way to the VRCC, and a half-ton truck came through a standing water, splashed all the vehicles beside them, and it's just not the right thing to do.
And now, because it is warming up, the outdoor rinks are now closed for the season.
That's correct.
Now, moving on to other things happening to do with Public Works, there's been low water pressure in town for the past few nights, and is going to be continuing to do so. Why is that?
Basically, we have a leak that is undetected at this time, and we're doing a search. That's why we're reducing the water pressure in the evenings from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. We think we've found it as of today, so there'll be no shutdown of water pressure this evening. And because we and Valet have to maintain a certain level in the reserve wells to ensure that we have a safe amount of water for the community, and so we actually got below the levels that we needed to, and so to get those levels back up, that's why we went to the 10 p.m., 2 p.m. or 2 a.m. shutdown. We're back in the green in regards to those levels, and we have 3 water breaks on the go right now that we're working on, which will hopefully deal with the reduced pressure problem.
Another week, another council meeting has gone by, and for the first time in months, everyone was voicing their support of the same item. There wasn't the same back and forth fighting. It was the presentation from Spirit Way where they asked council for $30,000 for 2 different promotions that they have coming up. When is it going to come to a vote, and what are the city's thoughts on that?
Well, in general terms, I want to congratulate Spirit Way and all of the volunteers that have worked over the years to promote Thompson from a tourism perspective. They have a new initiative with a contest partnering with Wolverton, England, and so they've made a proposal to us. The city is in review of that proposal, and we'll get back to them shortly. But again, just as we go through the transition over the next couple of years, tourism in general will play a part in regards to sustainability of our community. So this is another initiative that falls in line with growing tourism in Thompson and the region.
Something that happened during the meeting was a report from the Public Works Committee, and as you mentioned before, pothole season is upon us. What is the city doing, and what should people do if they find a pothole?
So basically, if there's a pothole that you are aware of that's causing issues, please contact Public Works or City Hall, and we'll address it as soon as we can. We do have crews that will go out and address individual issues as they arise. But again, we've got multiple irons in the fire right now with snow removal, with water breaks, and so our resources are tapped at this point, but we are getting to them as quick as we can. But just a reminder to all drivers, drive slowly through standing water because you don't know what's underneath the water. And if you can see the pothole, please avoid it if you want to avoid expensive bills for your vehicle.
There's a Look North Economic Summit coming up here in Thompson. There's also going to be another one in the Paw, and I believe Churchill as well. What is it, and why is it so important?
This is the provincial initiative to look at the economic development in northern Manitoba. As you said, there's a number of summits. We aren't, but the province is hosting one on Tuesday and Wednesday in Thompson from 2 o'clock on Tuesday to noon on Wednesday. We'll be discussing a number of economic issues and looks at sustaining our community moving forward. The City of Thompson will have representatives there. There will be community and business representatives as well. And hopefully at the end of the day, at the end of these summits, a strategy can be finished and presented to the province of Manitoba and move forward.
There's another meeting going on starting today, actually, the Hudson Bay Regional Roundtable. Why is it important for Thompson to have representatives at the meeting? Well,
basically, Councillor Smook and Councillor Collada are in Winnipeg attending this meeting today and tomorrow, as you mentioned. This is a number of areas that intersect with Thompson. We are a transportation hub. One of the discussions is the eventual building of a roadway to Nunavut, which would actually go through Thompson and Gillam and then north through up to Nunavut. So that's an issue. We want to be part of those discussions. We want to be part of it in regards to the Hudson Bay, or actually the Omnitrax owning the Bay Line and the rail system. It's about transportation, the Port of Churchill, and basically economic development in the Hudson Bay area, which includes Churchill and Thompson as well.
You mentioned Councillor Collada is there. Originally, it was supposed to be you going. Why did that change?
Basically because of work schedule. I've been traveling a lot, both personal and business, and everyone should understand that the mayor's job is not a full-time job. I have a full-time job with valet, and so I have work responsibilities as well, and it was a short week, and I just felt that I needed to attend to my daily duties and couldn't make the trip down.
Another thing that was presented was a letter about the Canada Summer Games. They're happening this July and August down in Winnipeg, and the torch relay is coming through Thompson.
Absolutely, and this is an exciting aspect of the games. Similarly with the Olympic torch, we had the Olympic torch come through Thompson in a couple Olympics ago. And so this is another opportunity for a tourism perspective of having the torch run come through Thompson from Gillam to Thompson and down to Winnipeg. It's the Canada Summer Games being hosted by the City of Winnipeg in July of this year, as you mentioned. And so from that perspective, these are the athletes. Actually, we're hosting the 2018 games, the Winter Games, and the equivalent of that would be the Summer Games, the provincial Summer Games, and those athletes would be going on to this type of game, which is the Canada Summer Games. Canada Summer Games identify athletes who would be going on to the Olympics. So you've got a really good chance to see some developing athletes as they move through their individual sports to reach their goal of being an elite athlete.
And then it seems like every council meeting, like there was a few different ones this past week, there's a motion that needs to be approved by council for you to attend a different convention, a different conference, a different set of meetings all around the country. How do you find time to relax and enjoy life between your full-time job, being the mayor, and all the travel?
Well, I think it's just a work-life balance, and when you sign up for this job, it comes with the territory, and you just have to make sure that you take the time to go for your runs or golf or do whatever you want to relax. I do have vacation time, and I did take that time off. But again, as the obligations of the mayor of the city of Thompson, I want to represent the city as best I can, wherever I can. So the opportunities to put the city on the map, whether it be in Winnipeg, Toronto, Ottawa, or wherever, is a good opportunity to do that.
And wrapping things up, it's a relatively quiet weekend around the city. However, next week things are back into full swing as kids are back from spring break.
Absolutely. So just on the weekend, enjoy yourselves. But again, lots of running water. We've got higher temperatures coming this weekend. Lots of melting. So kids are attracted to water. Pedestrians, vehicle operators, be aware of kids playing in water and things like that as well.
That's all the time we have for this edition of City Beat. Thanks again to my guest, Mayor Dennis Fenske. If you have a question you'd like answered next week, email in advance to CHTMnews@arcticradio.ca. For 1029 CHTM, I'm Stuart Walter.
City Beat will be back next Thursday morning.